April, go ahead and you got to come on camera. When the judge comes out, just make sure you're ready to come on camera.
This is cause number 2009-12041 in the interest of Alexis Harris. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Please unmute yourself, Mr. Harris. My video. Where?
Yeah, I was going to say that, Your Honor, your video's not on.
Okay. All right. All right. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Harris?
Yes.
All right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Nemia Montano, I'm the child's mother.
And sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Ashton Harris, father.
All right. And representing the state.
April Parker, Your Honor.
All right. We've got a suit for modification of support order and motion to confirm support arrearage.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're having a hearing. And do we have any stipulations?
Yes, the parties stipulate to the medical arrearage amount in the amount of $1,749.53 as of 11/30/21 to be paid back in the amount of $20 per month beginning January 1st of 2022.
Okay. Anything further? Any other stipulations?
No other stipulations, Your Honor.
So the issue then would be modification of support.
Yes, modification of support, and Mr. Harris has private health insurance available through his employer, which he would like to put his child on. And Ms. Montano does not agree to, she does not want to agree to that, Your Honor.
All right, let's proceed.
Okay. Your Honor, can I call Ms. Gonzalez first so she can go back to the other Zoom?
Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes, from the state.
All right, Ms. Gonzalez, did you raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Please state your name and where you're employed.
April Gonzalez at the Office of the Attorney General.
Okay, and Ms. Parker, what is the current child support?
The current child support right now is $285.
And that is the only matter that we're dealing with other than who's going to cover the child on their health insurance. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And we're seeking an increase or a decrease?
An increase, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, let's proceed.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Gonzalez, what is your job title with the Attorney General's office?
I'm a child support officer.
And what are the responsibilities and duties of a child support officer?
To calculate child support, medical support, and retro support.
And did you have a chance to do that in this case?
I did.
And what were your calculations?
I calculated a gross monthly of $4,978.22.
And based off that gross, what was the net?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
The amount was $4,978.22. The net is $3,703.56.
And did you give,
3,000 and- I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the numbers out that she was telling me. You say 3,000 and what, ma'am?
$703.56.
$3,773.52, right?
Correct.
and does he also have other children that he currently has either live with him or has support orders for?
Yes, 5 that have a support order, 1 that lives currently with him. So a total of 6.
Okay. And after giving him credit for those other children, and if he was to carry the health insurance through his employer, what would the child support be?
Child support would be $485 a month.
Okay. And if he was not to carry the child support through his employer, what would the medical support be?
It would actually be almost the same amount, and only the difference of $1, so $385.
Okay.
I'm sorry, $384.
Okay, I'm confused here. Did you say 485?
Yes, that was,
Yes,
yeah, that's the child support if he was to carry the health insurance through his employer.
And if he doesn't? Then
if he
then it's-
doesn't, the medical would be $384, which is only a $1 difference, so that wouldn't change the child support.
She said that would be the amount of the medical support, Your Honor, 384. Not the child support. That's what she said, it would be 384 for the medical.
And that is what percentage of his net?
That is a 0.0771.
Okay, he's currently paying $384 in cash medical support.
No, he's not. That's what it would be. Right now, he's paying $35 in cash medical support. This is if he was to carry the if he was to carry the child on his own health insurance, he wouldn't have to pay any medical support.
Correct.
Right now, he's only paying $35.
And so what is the 384? I'm confused. Where does the $384 come from?
That's if the child stays on the Medicaid and he has to repay the state back for the Medicaid. And that's based on his current income.
You're asking him then to pay $384 in cash medical support if
That's correct.
he doesn't carry the child, if the child continues on Medicaid, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, I've got it now.
Okay, Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
Okay, Mr. Harris, do you have any questions for the lady?
Yes. I saw through my check. So if you base it off my net, how did you come up with the 385? If you base it off my net, because my net, I said the check.
Okay, hold on. That's a question. All right.
Okay.
Miss April G, how do you come
Yes,
up with the net?
that 385 is for the medical. That's not for the child support.
That's what
No,
he's
you said
asking.
that you had
That's what he's
based it.
asking. Oh,
Yeah, you said you had based it off my net.
Okay,
And my
hold
net-
on, Mr. Harris. I believe he's asking, how do you come up with the figure of $384 as cash medical support?
Based off my net.
Okay, so what I understand is that we take a percentage of his gross for the medical. So that's what I did. I took his gross and then I did the medical at the times the 0.0771%, and that's the 385.
Okay, so it's something around 7% of his gross income. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, Mr. Harris?
If it's based off my gross, then why did you say the net?
No.
The calculations are based on gross, and once we give you credit, then you're gonna calculate your child support based on your net.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get an understanding on, what you base it off on my net, because my net is is $300 and something a week.
Okay,
If you
so
look at my
again,
check
we are
stub,
going
yeah.
to calculate child support and medical support based on gross. Once we give you credit for medical insurance and your additional children, then the child support is calculated from the net. So the 485, which is the child support, is going to be is based on your net gross. I'm sorry, on your net income.
Yes, and the check that you got that I sent you last week was 474, right?
The check stub that you sent me has an amount of
No,
59,365.
I asked you for the net, man. The net pay.
Yes, I know you're asking me for the net, but we have to use the gross, and I did explain that to you. We use the gross.
They start off with the gross, Mr. Harris. They
Yes, sir.
Start off
subtract,
with the
they
gross.
start off with the gross. They
Uh-huh.
subtract from that gross, if you have to pay cash medical support, they subtract the amount that you're gonna have to pay, and they're saying, if they do that and you're not carrying the child on your insurance, they're asking for a cash medical support of $384. $384 is subtracted from the amount of $4,978 to get, and then from that amount, your income tax deductions are computed. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I understand. Yeah.
You have another question for her?
No, sir.
Okay. Miss Montano, do you have any questions for Miss, it says April G. I don't know what that.
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
Okay.
No, ma'am. I mean, no, sir. I don't have any questions for her.
All right, Miss Parker.
I have no more questions for her.
Okay, can she be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you.
Miss Gonzalez, you're excused now.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the state would like to call Miss Montano.
Okay.
Miss Montano, can you please unmute yourself and come back on camera?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Montano, why don't you want him to carry the health insurance through his employer?
Previous conversations that we had when he asked me about.
You're now we can't hear you. We can't hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So the first conversation was asking could I put her on his insurance, and then the next conversation that I had with him after that was basically trying to explain to me of trying to deduct his back child support for a separate other case, and I didn't feel the need that I'm comfortable with him having my daughter's information.
Miss Montano,
wait.
Miss Montano, can you hear me?
Hold on. Can you hear me, Miss Montano?
I can hear you a little bit.
Okay, I'm asking you to hold on here just a second.
Okay.
Mr. Harris, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
All right, you are not to interrupt.
Yes, sir,
She's on the witness stand. You will have an opportunity to ask her questions, okay? But don't interrupt while she's testifying, okay?
Yes, sir. My apologies.
All right, let's start again. Miss Montano.
Yes.
Okay, now why do you not want him to carry the child on his health insurance?
I did not want him to carry my daughters on the health insurance based off on the information that he tried to give me. I don't feel comfortable giving my daughters social or anything like that to put on his insurance, or to feel the need that he wanted me to pay out of pocket for insurance, or thinking that I needed to drop Medicaid. And then he's brought up taxes as to decrease his back child support or taxes for a separate case that has nothing to do with me.
Ms. Parker.
Okay, so you don't have any issues with the health insurance. You just have an issue with him having the child's social security number?
And it's reference to the health insurance. My daughter's been going to the same doctor and dentist office for a long time. And I've had issues in the past where if you have private insurance, it conflicts with the doctor's office that she goes to, and it won't cover the doctor's office that she goes to as far as with secondary insurance. So that was my biggest thing, making sure she stayed at the same doctor's office and all her doctor's appointments and everything was still taken care of through the insurance, the carrier that she has.
Okay. But you were in agreement with the $485 for child support, correct? Ma'am? Ms. Montano, did you hear me? We can't hear you again. I don't know what you did. Ms. Montano?
Hello?
Yeah, Ms. Montano.
Okay. Did you? Okay. I can hear you now. I couldn't hear at first. What did you say?
I said you were in agreement with the $485 for the child support, correct?
Yes, I am in agreement.
Okay. Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
Mr. Harris, do you have any questions for Ms. Montano?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right,
Ms. Montano, when the discussion was brought up about the insurance, you was in agreement to the insurance as long as that I paid your what you asked for $450, right? Hello, Ms. Montano?
Ms. Montano, are you there? Or we have a problem with transmission here.
Yeah. Ms. Montano, you need to come back on camera and cut your sound on. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay, she's asking to be admitted here. I'm going to admit her.
Okay.
All right. Did you hear the question, Ms. Montano?
No, can you say it again? The camera, the Zoom closed out on its own and I had to sign back in. My apologies.
All right, Mr. Harris, ask the question again, please.
Ms. Montano, when I asked you, when I brought forth the insurance issue, you was in agreement to you asked for the amount of $450, correct?
I asked for the amount of $450. No, I told you that I would handle with the courts and let the judge or the representative calculate it an amount.
No, you understand, right? Okay.
You have another question, Mr. Harris?
No, man. No, sir. I'm done.
All right. Ms. Barker?
Your Honor, the state would like to call Ashton Harris.
All right.
Mr. Harris, how long have you been at your current employer?
4 years now.
And do you have your other 6 children on the health insurance through your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
And you would like to put Alexis on the health insurance through your employer as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And in terms of the child support amount and the amount of $485, why were you not in agreement with that?
Because I can't afford them, man. Like my net base on what I bring home, I sent her a check. My check was $474, and she wanted me to pay her $485. Man, I can't afford it. I suggested an amount of $385. She didn't want to take the $385. I even went up to $400, and I put on my insurance. She still don't want to do it. Man, like as far as with the insurance, as far as with the taxes, man, my daughter is 13. I haven't received nothing from my child, and I take care of my kids. I take care of my child. If you look at my child support payments, is regular. It's every week I make a payment to you guys. I take care of my child, but I don't receive no benefits from this child. I don't see this child on, but I just supposed to just give money. That's my thing. Like she want money, but I don't see this child. And like you told me, I gotta make yeah, that's it.
Your Honor, I don't have any more questions for him.
Ms. Montano, do you have any questions for Mr. Harris?
No, sir.
Mr. Harris, are you telling the court that you have an order for visitation, but she doesn't allow you to visit the child?
No, we have an order. When the child support was filed, I was incarcerated. But when I was released, we went down there and we only did the payments. And it was domestic violence on our case at the time, and she took it off. And I haven't seen my daughter in 2 years, sir.
When was the
Your Honor, it has not.
when is the original order? That was
2000. The original order
2019.
was 2008. The original order was in 2008. Then when I was released in 2012.
It was in 2000, either
released,
8 or the beginning of 2009.
Hold on just a minute. Well, okay, so there was an order of mutually agreed upon times in the 2009.
Yes, sir. And I was incarcerated in 2009 when that order was filed.
Has that order ever been changed?
No, sir. Only thing that's been changed is the payment, is the amount, the child support payment. That's the only thing that has been changed.
All right. Well, you're going to have to, if you want to change that order, obviously it's not working out. You're going to have to file suit and in order to get other types of visitation rights. Do you understand that? All right. Ms. Parker, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
We didn't get a number if he was ordered to carry the health insurance, what the child support would be.
Well, if he was ordered to carry the health insurance, the child support would be, it would be $486. It just was it would be $486.
Okay. All right, the court finds this in the best interest of the children and orders that the father carry the health insurance on the child. Child support modification is granted. Father's ordered to pay child support in the amount of $486 a month beginning January 1st, 2022. All other stipulations are approved. Anything further?
Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I have a question.
Okay, all the questions and stuff, you need to go back over to the other Zoom because you can't